my exercise done for the day. Now time to make a video. From one Rover R8 to another. Back to Hank. Honestly, Hank, you're starting to embarrass me now. You've been here so long for such a simple job that just didn't even work out. Right, that battery's out. No more messing around with jump leads, just one oversized battery and just keep cranking. Why have I still not got to the bottom of Hank? I don't know. I should have done. I'm sure it was summertime when I first picked it up, and now it's the following year. So why? What is the problem? Bought with a overheating problem, which the assumption was it's just the water pump. It took me ages to get around to fitting the water pump, so that wasn't really a good start. Fit it, and then it was still pressurising. Discovered that the radiator fan wasn't kicking in. Took ages to get around to getting a replacement switch. Fitted it, didn't work. So, back to bleeding the system again for the last time before the assumption is going to be it's got some sort of head gasket issue as well. To effectively bleed the system in the K-series engine, you want the front end jacked up nice and high so all the water goes to the back. I have ramps, I have a jack. Which would be the easiest way of doing it? Practical thinking as ever, Mr. Mustard. Oh, it's gone off again. But at least it starts easily, and now with that battery that's too big, it starts easily and stops easily as well. I've just got to keep working at it, keep going, and not get myself too distracted with anything else. It's just occurred to me actually to wind on the throttle cable a little bit to make the res a bit higher. So, will about 1200 RPM be enough? No. Where's it gone blue? Strange. Quite a lot of steam coming out of the back. Gosh, that is a lot of steam actually. Oh, what? It's not looking that good actually, that. No change from last time. Get us up to temperature quickly. That's that. In case you didn't know, hot air coming through the vents, and then eventually it'll go cold and the temperature will go up. Exactly what I'm anticipating this time. The strange thing though is there's still no coolant coming through the bleed valve there. So you know, unless there's some sort of blockage. Yes, I do understand actually. Of course I do. The thermostat must be stuck closed. I reckon I'm wasting my time with this. I may as well just get the thermostat out and try it all over again. Well, there's always at some point when I'm doing my best some sort of big cock up, and that's what's happened just now. Just managed to snap off the spigot end on the inlet manifold, so it's got to come off and actually be replaced now. Isn't it fortunate that I happen to have a spare one? The old phrase or adage or whatever it is, 3 steps forward, 2 back kind of thing. It's not really the same with this car, is it? It's more like 3 steps forward, 5 steps back. Every time I work on it, I end up giving myself more jobs to do. There are quite a few plugs and pipes and things like this to take off before you can take the manifold off. And then the awkward bit really is the series of 13mm bolts along the top and underneath. I'm trying not to get distracted by hunger again. I shouldn't be, because I had a pasty not so long back, but now it's 12 o'clock. I want to see if I can get this thing off and back on by 1 o'clock. Just had to take the throttle body off to to get to a particular bolt there, and then it turns out it didn't make any difference. And now I can't find my 8mm socket. It's there. That's everything off except for the oh, and another one there. Right, except for these bolts now. And that lovely smell of fuel. Doing lots of lefty loosey with the smell of petrol going up my nose. Feels like I'm being breathed on by a tramp. These are all coming off quite easily. It'll be easier still if they've had some sort of thread lock put on these as well. Should be just finger tight once you've nipped them off. Another little precaution I'm going to take is to remove the little ball bearing in the inlet manifold there. That can cause all sorts of problems, so let's just do away with it. That is all 7 bolts in for the inlet manifold. That was Project Adam's inlet manifold actually. So more parts going to good use. Anyway, I can wait no longer. I want my food. I don't care if I failed or not. I want my food now. Well, that's exceedingly frustrating. The last thing to plug in for this manifold is the plug for the injectors, and it's a different plug. So after all that work, it's not going to work. It's not like you can leave that unplugged, because if you can't power up the injectors, it's not going to ignite the fuel, is it? So the only solution is to whip out the injectors, the whole injector rail, along with the wiring. And the easiest way to do that is with the manifold off. Let's try without it, of course, but gosh, that's annoying. I honestly thought I'd have this thing fired up and just running and up to temperature and finding out whether it's worked or not. There's the injector rail and the injectors and the plug on the end. These kind of clips don't exactly come off that easily with a screwdriver from the wrong angle. Should try that first thing. All this does is just make me want to eat another pasty. But I've had 2 already. That's already 1 more than I should have. Right, with the help of my table and this little screwdriver, I have removed this. Now if that could go back in easily enough, then I'm onto a winner. Well, I have the injector plugs out and I'm just trying to feed through the relevant cable through the hole back there. I've had to disconnect the fuel line again, and the throttle body. Yes, what a frustrating day so far. Then I get back into max and I'm happy. It makes all the difference having a car that you enjoy. Back up to work. Time to continue the job on Project Hand. And I keep looking at this number plate. M367FFH. That should read FFS. Now, the thing is, can I get this loom through all of these bits here so I can plug all these back in and then the job's done? I'm fully prepared for quite a bit more frustration, but you know, I obviously enjoy it, don't I? I love the frustration. Look at this, it's almost all the way back together. I just got to go and find something out because I'm sure I got one of these pipes wrong there. Not wrong, incorrectly. Put it together incorrectly, that's what I meant. So, yes, there's definitely something not quite right there. Come on, Hank, stop messing about. Let's try again. It's going dark as well, so that's... Oh. Hopefully I won't be messing about with this anymore today. Well, it has to be said that today has been a complete waste of time. When I put that lot together before, I was going to say, hooray, I'm back where I started. But no, I'm further back now, because what it looks like to me is I may have just pinched the manifold gasket or something. So it's letting air in. And yeah, and misfiring. So, all fun. Today I was actually going to do a no-nonsense sales pitch for Project Ked. I kind of wish I had now, but I come down here and I was feeling guilty. I was feeling bad about Hank, because it just seems to be hanging around so much and not really a great deal happening. But I could feel the same for Waster and the green one, the 75 around the back there. What's that called? I keep on forgetting it. Albert, that's it. Well, it is very, very likeable.